condemn the violent political rhetoric, and hold accountable those who incite it. Thank you.
Well, good morning. It's always a great day to protect our democracy, isn't it? My name is Jacob Thomas. I am a proud gay Air Force veteran who grew up in the great state of Georgia, just next door to Rome. And I have the honor and privilege, I'll also say briefly, I'm the communications director for Common Defense here. And I have the honor and privilege to be joined by some amazing people. Pete Lucier, a Marine veteran, Victor Bencomo, a Navy veteran, and Stephen Kling, an Army veteran. They are also members of the Courage for America Council. The theme for today and our week of action is not on our watch. For many of us here today, our military service has come to a close, but our oaths to protect this country and defend our Constitution and our democracy never expired. Whether we separated, retired, or medically discharged due to the traumas our bodies had to endure during our service, we were supposed to be allowed to sleep well, knowing that our watch had been taken up and protected by our elected officials, that they would do their job, that they would keep their oaths just as we had. For our Navy veterans here today, there's a poem called The Watch, and it's very familiar testament to their commitment and service and courage and loyalty that all of our service members uphold. And it's a vital and important part of retirement ceremonies for our naval service members. The original poem is a solemn moment to pass on the duty of the watch to those who come after. We wanted to share a modified version today that encompasses the commitment of our veterans and members that have been defending our democracy in these unprecedented times that our nation currently faces. MAGA extremists have taken over the Republican Party, and in his bid for power, leader Kevin McCarthy has capitulated to the most radical members of his own party. McCarthy and other elected officials must show their courage and forcefully call out the violent rhetoric and tactics and the dangerous election denialism of their colleagues, not bolster them in short-sighted attempts to retain their own thirst for power. I believe that it is our duty as veterans who took an oath to defend this country, this great republic, and our democracy against political leaders that are actively undermining the very values and ideals our nation was founded on. Our oaths did not expire, and it is time for our elected officials to honor the oaths that they were supposed to have already taken this week, but have not been able to because of the MAGA extremism happening on the floor of the House currently as we speak. They need to put an end to the dangerous tactics and violent rhetoric before irreparable harm comes to our democracy. It is time for them to take up this watch. Our freedoms depend on it. Our values depend on it. America depends on it. Thank you.
The watch. For many years, we stood the watch. While some of you were in your beds at night, we stood the watch. While some of you were in school, learning your trade, we stood the watch. Yes, even before some of you were born into this world, we stood the watch.
In those years when the storm clouds of war were seen brewing on the horizon of history, we stood the watch. Many times we would cast an eye ashore and see our families standing there, needing our guidance and help, needing that hand to hold during those hard times. But we still stood the watch.
We stood the watch for many years. We stood the watch so that you, your families, and our fellow countrymen could sleep soundly in safety each and every night, knowing that we stood the watch. Today we are here to say our watch should be relieved by those we sacrificed for, who were elected to lead. We should be relieved, but that requires you to stand the watch.
Today you've heard from some incredible patriots. We are the people power, and we will continue to show up and show out for democracy. We will not rest. And as we await for a committed sworn-in Congress, know that we are still upholding our oaths, and we expect the same from them. Thank you for being here. Tell every veteran that you know that they have a home at Common Defense, and we all have courage for America. Thank you.